almost any study, Harvard, Gartner, any of these studies that have come out towards the end of 2024 and the beginning of this year, 13% of information workers use AI every day. 13%. That number, everyone else is getting a plus $20 or $30 or $40 addition to their Microsoft Office or Google Workspace to purchase ChatGPT. And CEOs, CFOs are going, how come AI can be more efficient, but only 13% of you are using it?
Right.
So there are a lot of people that need to know these basic skills. And so that's what's driving me right now.
Yeah, so there's a lot of headroom here, which is really funny because, I have a high school, a kid, child and stuff. And so he's always like, hey, Dad, can I use ChatGPT your account? And so, because I don't want to get him his account, too early, like getting a driver's license type of thing. That's okay. And so then he's saying, in school, they actually discourage them to use ChatGPT, right? And I mean, in a way, rightfully so. You don't want to outsource your thinking too early, right? You want to learn basic skills and concepts and grammar and how to write. But then when you get into the workforce, as you said, the CEOs are going, well, we got to use this stuff, right? Because time is money, right? And so is there a disconnect here? Or maybe there's a kind of breaking point where we're not training people in the proper way, almost negating them and then expecting them to know when they're in, and that's the education process. And do you think, now they're talking about AI educators, right? Like AI as a teacher, right? And then the in-class teacher would be there to work with you on your homework, but you're doing a lot of your learning from the AI. So that's kind of changing. Can you talk a little bit about that, first, that disconnect between telling our young people you shouldn't use it because you need to learn basics, and then expecting them to use it when they get into the workforce?
Well, I think one of the things that makes AI a little bit harder for some people to gather and understand is because, when Microsoft Excel came out, I was there for that. It used to be Lotus 1, 2, 3. That's when I was growing up. And then all of a sudden Excel came out and it changed the game with all their formula capabilities, this visual interface, the ability to do scripting. And let me just tell you, everyone adopted it because they saw the value in it. I can do so much, it's almost hard to tell what the value is. And when it comes to training, one of the biggest unlocks with the training course is that you could actually ask AI to create a training program for you. You could say, I've never gardened before, so let me get a gardening course, and it will teach you that. And so same thing with school.
That's where the prompting comes in, right?
Yeah, but that's where prompting comes in. But if you don't understand how it works, you might get bad results and go, oh, this thing is no good. So that's where I'm focusing on, is helping people get the value out of it. And I think from your perspective, asking kids not to use ChatGPT or to use ChatGPT and having this sort of divergent thought. Listen, I think that we all learn in different ways. And, maybe I go to 10 websites or maybe I get it summarized. Do I think that it's a good idea to have AI just answer all of your questions for a quiz? No, I don't think that's a good thing, because then I don't know if you've retained the knowledge. Do I think people should be able to use it as another way to gain knowledge? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's doing like trig and pre-calc. That stuff had made my head spin then, and now it's like it's Greek. So then he just takes a picture of it and then puts it on ChatGPT. It solves it and walks you through it. And I go, oh, okay, now I get it. So there's you have to be, I guess you have to train people, raise people to want to learn, right? And not just take it passively, right? So be an active learner, engage, iterate the prompts, be able to get it to a point where you've actually had your input. There's a creative element to it.
Yeah, I'm fully aware that there are people that take my training courses, either online or live, that they are being told by their manager. They'll tell me, like, I'm here because my manager told me to take the class. Right. But my hope, my aspiration is that I give you some ideas and concepts that you can really take away and use, right? And that you actually got value out of it rather than checking the box because you said you went and took the course. Yeah. And I think that's what's so important about this, is to not treat AI like we're not gatekeeping things. We're not trying to make it seem complicated, even though it's a complicated technology. There's a way that you can learn and understand how to use this and be more effective with it. And that's really what I try to focus on.